Hey, what's up? So I am on my inaugural trip back to Manhattan after 6 months of quarantine. We'll see what the deal is. I'm going into Adorama to get a used GoPro 7 as an additional camera for this channel to see what's what and learn how to do B-roll and all that stuff. So that's what today's going to be about, is like me doing that and learning how to enunciate and yeah, trying for some B-roll. See how it goes. Can you see like the fucking steam or the fucking condensation? Like,
so inevitably, whenever you get on the Long Island Railroad, people sit right up on you for no reason. This chick in front of me came on and had a tiny like little GoPro thing where I was just like, "Are you for real?" Totally wanted to ask her about it, but didn't want to be weird. Man, this whole sequence is shot to hell because I didn't know my mic was all jacked up or not connected or whatever.
dude, I just did this whole motherfucking spiel about the city being rowdy as fuck in terms of like Sunday, late September. Where are all the fucking French tourists? You know what I mean? Like, devastating, empty. And like, I popped up at a Penn Station and like, I have footage of it, so like you'll see that. But like, yeah, just heavy shit, man. Like, indigent folks, you know, struggling and taking a nap in the afternoon, here in the morning, but like all over. And Penn Station had always had like that as a thing, but like this, Dios mio. Then there's other bullshit. There's no way that like that's my idea of fine fucking dining or any kind of dining. But it's still New York City, and I love these streets. I'm looking forward to walking around. I'm on West 34th now, and 8th. And I need to get downtown. Okay, so I'm gonna cross and make my way there. Dude, wasn't kidding about gnarly shit. Like, already shit's jumping off. Not even 10 minutes out of the train station. Shit's heavy, dude. Like, and I was reading this Bloomberg article about how the economies of different states are going to be affected differently because the things that drive those economies are different from state to state. And I think that New York is feeling the effects of like not having tourism and not creating those little cottage industries that come up with like just a bunch of fuckers running in the street. And now that there's just not, construction stopped. There's no like little food stalls, no tchotchkes being sold, nothing. Fucking sucks. There's something to be said for having a camera in hand. Fuck. Okay. I made a turn the corner, because that was like belligerently loud. But anyway, the funny thing about having a camera in hand is that people are like, oh, are you fucking on YouTube or whatever? And the truth is, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So, cool. So I exchanged with these two young gents, and we'll see what's what. Totally different vibes, totally different world. Like, they're gonna see my YouTube channel and you're like, talking about your feelings, talking about grief, playing with your drone. Whatever, we'll see. But the point is, that's how you get these things started. Alright, so I feel like you've heard me throughout the course of this video or vlog, kind of just shitting a brick at everything I'm seeing. And that's totally true. But you know what else? Fine. Like, okay. Oh, fuck. So maybe New York used to be like this, right? Totally didn't have to run. Maybe New York didn't have to be like this, right? Or like it was in the 70s and it was what it was. But like, there was, like, I'm on West 26th. And when I first moved here, there used to be these badass like flea markets in the garages or in like little parks. And you could just get cool old vintage shit. And over time it got more and more curated and it kind of just faded out because like, folks who own the property were just like, well, fuck this, I could be making more money than having you guys just sell your bullshit. But it would have been a wonderful compliment to all of this, if the truth be told. Like, it feels fucking desolate. And I just really can't wrap my mind around that. I'm also really close to food, so. Like, cool, dude. Oh, but this definitely isn't like the garage sale stuff. This is like probably some sort of production thing. But anyway, I am on search for fucking foodins because I'm fucking hungry. All right. Oh my God. So, the flea market that I'd been lamenting about, being like, oh God, it's not back, what's the deal? It would be a wonderful compliment to all of this, is here. It's here. How wonderful, it's fucking here. Okay, I really better be recording. Behold, the Chelsea flea. I'm gonna find out if you have to pay to get in. Let's ask this young man here. Hey there, do you have to pay to get in? Oh, cool. I'm gonna hold on to this, thanks. Or, not use that. Holy smokes. Like, this is what I've been completely lamenting, that like, I missed this flea market so much, and then it's appropriately here upon my, it's not, whatever, I don't know when it got back, but the point is, I'm stoked that it's here. I'm just gonna look around and check out all the tchotchkes like I normally do. God, this is, all right, I'm hot and out of breath.
I don't want to go anything near it.
That aside, oh God, sorry, he seems upset about something. Holy smokes, this is yeah, okay. I'm gonna have a whole like reflection piece at the end of this. Right now, let's go look at cool shit. Balls. All right, cool. All right, so it looks like the Chelsea market opened back up 3 weeks ago. I don't know if it was happening before the pandemic had happened, but I know that there was a certain point when I would come down into the city looking for this flea market and couldn't find it. So to see that it's back in whatever capacity, however it's happening, is beyond thrilling and gives me hope and makes me feel heaps better upon arriving out of Penn Station and seeing all that I saw. I'm not saying that like I won't see more upon going to score some food right now, or when I get to Union Square and try to take some shots there. But like I said, just to like see this and just touch a bunch of tchotchkes and junk and old photos and cool vintage watches that I may or may not get, like just harkens back to when I moved to New York in my 20s, and to feel it all kind of come full circle in this really weird way is really, really lovely. Okay, so it's gotten that point of hunger where I can't think straight, and I'm just like, any goddamn thing will do. So I'm stopping at this place, Mama, which looks like a tiny little French style cafe. I will be sitting outside on the damn street. What are you gonna do? I'm starving. It looks like they've got a really interesting green goddess sandwich that I'm gonna add chicken to. So we'll see how it goes. Here's a weird new phenomenon. You have to like stand around like with your, never mind what I was about to say, but you have to stand around and like wait. So like if you like go and you're like, oh, I'd like to sit down for lunch or whatever, and like there's a couple folks ahead of you, like you literally just have to stand around outside and wait. That's fucking madness. And in that, I mean, that's a big change from like my, you know, normal habits or whatever. Like when I just think about like all the weird things that like, you're like, oh God, that's another thing that's changed. That's another thing that's changed. It dawned on me, I was just complaining about like how if I get to the, you know, go to a spot and like I have to wait in line or like wait outside because like you can't sit. That's gonna be the risk I take at every goddamn place I try to stop at. Jenny's, and it's looking relatively good. Wow, hey, so I finally found a ledge where I could like set the camera up and just talk. But I gotta tell you, like, I am completely worked over by what I'm seeing. On the one hand, just kind of like this insane, not disregard, but just kind of willful, just like I'm above it kind of vibe from like, you know, the hedge fund types, the lawyer types, the crowd that like are living, you know, in like these high rises around here. And then, so I went to Johnny's Luncheonette, I went to Johnny's Luncheonette and doing what I'm, you know, ordering food, doing whatever. But because it's outdoor dining, right? And you see this uptick in homelessness in an indigent population, and people are hungry. People are struggling with mental illness, you know, unemployment, all manner of things. So this isn't an indictment of that individual or what I just saw, but it is very telling about how gnarly and rowdy shit is. Like, I'm sitting there at the luncheonette, just waiting, chilling, just doing my thing. We all are. Couple was sitting there eating, they wrap up, they're done. Dude did not finish his pancakes. He left about like, you know, 2/3 of his pancakes there. Dude walks up, you know, smoking a cigarette, long ass, you know, fingernails, just clearly just not on his game, and just starts eating. Just put some syrup on that motherfucker and just starts eating. And I'm like, get in where you fit in. But like, yeah, for a Texas suburban girl, that was jarring. That was like, holy shit, like this is real. You know, like we talk about like how you can sit there and look on the news and on Twitter and Facebook and be like, oh shit's rowdy. But to actually come out here and just experience it, just as a pedestrian layperson, like, has been astounding. And like literally I came here to go to Adorama, get the GoPro so I can go do all this other stuff. Pleasantly surprised by the Chelsea flea market. That was super dope. Plan on going back because I got like a cool print of a Picasso situation. And then I'm heading back. You know what I mean? I'm getting back on the road. Honestly, I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese, but like until I get a chance to wash my hands, like I don't want to fucking fuck with it. And like those are the kinds of neuroses that I feel like get amplified in the face of this pandemic, but also in terms of like the devastation wrought by this pandemic in such a densely populated urban center. It's kind of like it's just holy shit. It was just that was like a rowdy ass moment to like bear witness to and check myself on in terms of like my own responses about like ew and like who's this fucking guy and like whatever. Shit's tough out here. Shit's real tough. so I'm pretty sure that last bit of audio was fucked because my cord wasn't properly plugged in. But as with everything I found today, with the exception of the Chelsea market, there is a line. So here we are. Line, line, line. All right, so I'm out that piece. That was hectic. It looks like the battery is about to die, and I don't remember if I brought a different battery or whatever. So I'm gonna call it and do like a post up or whatever after the fact. But it's been a day in Manhattan, the first day back upon returning from quarantine. So it's been weird, but I still love this place, and it's turned into quite the beautiful day.